They will match up tonight in a summer league game that is heavily anticipated because those two guys will play and they'll go head-to-head against each other. Number 1 overall pick Zion Williamson taking on his former Duke teammate, number 3 overall pick R.J. Barrett, in a game you will see at 9:30 Eastern on ESPN. And this is the genius of the NBA. This isn't even a preseason game. This is a summer league game. And yet I know a lot of people who are really looking forward to watching these two guys going head-to-head against each other. And, you know, we can talk a lot about who is favored to have a better season and all that kind of stuff. Rookie of the Year, I think, is a big part of this conversation. Jacoby, I'll go in the reverse order I did before. Who's going to win Rookie of the Year? Better chance between these two guys.
I have R.J. Barrett over Zion for Rookie of the Year. I think that R.J. Barrett is Zion has a higher ceiling as potential career-wise, but R.J. Barrett is ready for the NBA right now. 22 points. He's giving you 7.5 rebounds, over 4 assists. He only shot 30% from 3. However, he took 6 a game. So he's a willing shooter. And I think that with him in the Knicks, he's going to have the opportunity, and he will have a better rookie season. I bet Zion has a better career.
What do you think, Tim?
All week long, I've been hearing people just knock Zion Williamson all over the place. This is a guy who had the best college season anyone's ever had. He was the easy number 1 pick. We're making fun of him for looking like he's put on a few pounds in a practice where he goes up and casually dunks the ball, right? I think this is crazy. Like, this guy should be the Rookie of the Year. He was by far the best player in this class. Like, yeah, R.J. Barrett's a nice player. He's going to get a lot of opportunities to play in New York. I know you think the Knicks are going to make the playoffs. Most people think they're going to be horrible. So, yeah, I think Zion's going to win Rookie of the Year for sure.
Well, and I look at these two players, and I've said this all along, and I've been on this for a long time on this show.
Yeah.
R.J. Barrett is going to be an all-star in the NBA. And he has a defined position. They are going to require a lot out of him. And those numbers that you read, by the way, we haven't seen anybody do that in college basketball as a freshman in the last 25 years. The last player overall to have the numbers that R.J. Barrett had coming out of Duke was Penny Hardaway when he was 21 years old. So we haven't seen anybody like this. He got overshadowed, by the way, because of the hype train around Zion. Because of the highlights that Zion threw up, people didn't pay attention to what R.J. Barrett did all season long. I'm telling you, he was the consensus high school player of the year, first player since LeBron James to sweep every single one of those honors. R.J. Barrett's going to have a phenomenal rookie.
He has a more obvious place. Now, look, I've been doing this long enough that I tend not to believe that things I've never seen happen before are possible. So I know exactly what I think R.J. Barrett can be in the NBA. I think he can be James Harden. That's obviously a super high ceiling, but that's what he sort of trends toward and aspires toward. I think I know exactly what Ja Morant can be in the NBA. If everything goes absolutely perfectly and he maxes everything out, he can be Russell Westbrook. I don't know what Zion Williamson exactly can be, and so
unicorn.
I hope he's a unicorn. He is. He's they called Porzingis a unicorn. He's sort of a unicorn. I'm very curious to see how it translates.
If you look at like comps for Zion, it's like a little like Charles Barkley, a little Larry Johnson, a little Blake Griffin. Like, he doesn't really fit into a box the same way that R.J. Barrett does. But that's what makes him so exciting, because we haven't seen anything like it before. That's why we're all going to watch this summer league game at 9:30 on a Friday night, because we want to see Zion.
It's also just really special, I think, from a personal standpoint for both of these players. They know each other so well. They are very good friends, and they've been through a lot together. You saw their emotions on draft night. So much of that had to do with the fact that it was just a culmination of all this. Now we finally get to see them play in a game against each other. It's going to be fun. It's going to be competitive, but also really special, I think, for them and everybody that's been involved in their careers up until this point.
But again, this is the genius that is the NBA.
Yeah. It's great.
Okay, here we are on the first Friday night, right after free agency. The games are all on ESPN. All right, what are we going to do? Let's have RJ go against Zion. You think people might watch that? The game is sold out. It is sold out for a summer league game. This is the genius of the marketing machine that the NBA has done to continue to take the spotlight and say, hey, pay attention to what we're doing.
Now, you're 1,000% right in that regard. They have owned this week, and we'll see if they can take at least part of the weekend as well. All right, again, we are on Kawhi Watch. We will remain on that all day, but right now, Laura, let's get up and go.
Yeah, we're talking Summer League with RJ and Zion, but Sean, which player outside of those two are you most excited to watch in the Summer League play?
A player that took his team all the way to the national championship game is Jarrett Culver. This is a young man that from his freshman year, he was a complimentary part to becoming the breakout star really in college basketball for sophomores. Nickeil Alexander-Walker probably would be right there as far as best players that emerged and improved from their freshman year. But I think his versatility, I think his willingness to defend, I think his offensive game is going to continue to grow. I'm really excited about Jarrett Culver and the future that he has.
I love his defense, and I think it translates quite well to the next level as well. We're so glad you're watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports and analysis, download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, make sure you subscribe to ESPN Plus. We'll see you there.